What's up, guys? It's your boy Phantom Works. What up? Yeah! And today we are checking if my volume's working. Yep, volume's working. So you may hear my fan in the background, and that's because it's really hot. And yeah, we're gonna have to deal. But you can't hear it much. I'm pretty sure it's like white noise at this point. But as the title says, we are going to. Son of a bitch. That's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna son of a bitch. We are going to see how you animate something like a fight scene, which isn't so much a fight scene. I'm pretty sure I've made the title shadow boxing. So shadow boxing. What I'm doing is basically how y'all doing, by the way? How you doing? How you guys doing? But what I'm basically doing is I'm going to press back because I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to draw just like a small little line in between here. I'm not going to actually do it on the animation thing here. You guys can just sit back and relax, you know. If you have some type of homework you need to work on or you want to draw along with me, go ahead and stuff. This is going to be the Chill with Phantom series, so you know what it is. We're going to take our time a little bit. Make sure it doesn't go over too long. Hopefully this will be 30 minutes, but I'm going to show you how to, hopefully I can get the line work and color of a shadow boxing tutorial for an animation. So I'm just going to pick a random video, something of somebody, you know, somebody just practicing it out. So of course you can see homeboy, he's doing everything but shadow boxing. Okay, alright. So that looks good right there. If I can only get that on loop. Okay, so what I do, we're gonna pause right here. What I do whenever I'm going to practice animating a scene, I'll find a YouTube video, basically. If you want a bigger challenge, you can actually just look at a picture on Google, and then you have to animate what you think it would look like. But just for speed's sakes, we'll do it like this. Sure, it doesn't have to be about you, just a story. I get you. Just a short story. Hang on, guys. The boy's got a text message. Hang on, you know what? Actually, I'm going to pause the video. Okay, guys, that was super rude of me. Phantom! No, I'm playing. Okay, so we're basically going to animate what this guy is doing. He's about to do a shadow boxing technique. And so we're just going to observe him for a second. I'm going to do this as if we're looking to the side of him. So right off the back, what I notice is that he flints out his hands. We're going to pause it, by the way, if you hadn't noticed. What he does, he kind of flicks out his hands. So I'm basically going to draw, here goes his head. I'm going to put a little bit of the neck. And we're going to have the body shape here. And what he did, I think we're going to start with his hands being at that bottom level. And then I'm just going to kind of move on from there. Make sure your onion layer is on here. And then we're just going to, you know, mosey on the technique. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect. All you're doing is getting that initial stance and pose. So, as you can see, I'm kind of lifting. Here goes the top of his arm here. I'm just going to lift it up. And remember, as fluid as you want the animation to go, the more frames you want to make. But you don't have to go crazy on the animations because you're putting too much stress on yourself if you make like a shitload of frames and then you got to go back and edit all that. So, you know, try and put it on something that you can make it an amount to where you can still work with your sanity here. At least for me, like some people, they can, they can fuck around with that. And I'm gonna mosey his other hand up at this point, because now it's like that. I'm imagining his hand is lifting up at this point, up to there. So his thing would have to lead up there. And I'm just drawing this part right here, making it simple, not putting too much thought into it. You could put your the rest of his forearm later, but just still going at it. At this point, I think he's gonna lean a little bit more to the side here. So I'm just gonna move this outline out a little bit. And I'm going to lift this up just a bit. I'm also drawing that in. Should draw it in right here, because I do believe that would be showing. There you go. We got this, that. We're going to slightly shave that up just so we have a little bit here. And at this point, his arm should be at that full stance. It's not going to be completely up. Like, here is his kind of eye line here. So it's not going to be completely up. It's going to be just... fucked up that thing. There we go. It's just going to be just below his deltoid here. So, here, I'll erase this so it makes it easier for you guys to see. Just above that, because our arms don't naturally go up that high. So that's right about where we're going to stop. So it goes there, 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 and there. And now he's relaxed. We're stopped at point. And then the next scene we want to do is him kind of pulling it back down. So we're going to pull it this way. We're going to lift this. Yep, we're going to lift this up and push it towards here. Because at this point now we're going to switch motions. We're going to switch arms. I'm going to keep his head still centered right here. And as you guys, start throwing in sketches, your sketches are going to go a little bit faster because you're getting into the flow. Like, as you can see, my sketches are getting a little bit better, faster, and a little bit more better. Like, see, right here where I had to do that first, and just gradually, you start retaining the shape. So I'm lifting his hand back up. There we go. And I'm going to start, no, not yet. I'm going to keep the head there. But I'm going to start placing his arm down a little bit. I'm going to move this just a wee bit ahead here. I'm going to give a little bit of bicep here. No, it's not the bicep, that's the deltoid. Okay, I'm going to give a little bit of deltoid right there. Just so we're getting the beginnings of the gesture. Got to make sure, boom, this is the neck here. So I don't have too big of a head, because then you just have a head on a body. And hold on one second again. Let's see here. You guys. Okay, guys, right back into it. So next, I'm just going to gently curve this up. Now you want to just use, what I'm doing is basically just putting a small little sphere. And this is basically the whole deltoid. And I'm just gently, curving it up. So here you'll see, I kind of push it this way. And then I'm just going to push the fist right along here this way. Now you notice that I started with the other arm first when I drew it. It's mostly because now this is going to be the dominant, this is going to be the dominant thing in the frame, so I don't want to get confused with my what I want pointed out more. And since he's putting this arm down, oops, since he is putting that arm down, we're gonna back that up actually. And then he's throwing out this. This is actually gonna move up a little bit. Because now he's using this as his dominant arm. And we're still gonna put that fist out. Moving up. And since his head is moving out away from the camera, I'm just going to make it slightly smaller. Now as you can see, I'm noticing it, but it's not really bothering me. It's just a little bit harder to push it out, because I'm almost drawing a completely new pose, but I'm still keeping the original. So his arm is going down this way. And that's okay, you know? It's just because I'm talking, but I'm sure this would be easier for you guys. Like, when you're just kind of practicing alone. Or whatever you end up doing it. Whatever you end up doing. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. But yeah, like this arm's too big. Right here, just need to lower it a little bit. There we go. This part's too big over here. We're gonna lower it just a little bit. So, you know, just tweak it. Tweak a little bit and you end up getting everything you want here. What I'm gonna do is move this closer though. Like that. There we go. Now he's lifting up his arm. It's okay to make it not completely perfect. Just make sure you have your stance down. Not stance down, you know, like basically, you know, make sure you have your initial pose down, because everything else you can fix when you're rendering it. So here, I'm just going to make this not too much smaller, but just a little bit. I'm going to move the shoulders down this much. I'm going to move this shoulder up a little bit more. I'm going to put this out. Now, you may want to do one more frame in between here. But since it's a fast motion, we won't really worry about that too much. Oops. Actually, we'll do this. Family Guy's on right now. Saturday Toonami, you know, is coming on shortly. So I got this fist up here. Just doing a light gesture of that fist. And it's about to flex out completely in a little bit. So here goes that body. And by the way, I've never done a shadow boxing whatever before, but the techniques that I've showed you in the previous tutorials are basically what I use to start new. Every time you do an animation, every time you do a practice animation, you want to do a pose that you've never done before, because that's the best practice. Like, see, this isn't completely horrible. I mean, it's horrible. I mean, look at it, but you know, it's not completely horrible because of just the way my workflow. Because I know what to do to practice and what to kind of get in and out, so you could still kind of see the gesture of the pose. And what I'm going to want to do with this is probably move this forward a little bit. Lean lean this back, push this way. Now normally I don't think this hard with my sketches, that's why everything's kind of going to black here, but here we go. It's a little bit too fast for you guys to see, but let's see here. So I'm just drawing the fists. Remember that part I said we're going to go back to it? You just go back to it. Things that are a little bit more that you're thinking. A little bit more thinking process, you know. Just go back to it. You know what I'm saying? Because now you can just focus on this versus all this that you just did earlier. You can even go back and mess with the face too. Like I should just go back and mess with the face later. I don't know why that bothered me. So here I'm just drawing that. I really recommend you use the marker tool, so there's not too much stress on you to like make a amazing sketch. You're just using the marker tool, you're doing your thing. Because if you use any other tool, like your sketching tool, you're going to take it too seriously, because unless for some reason your sketching tool is like really unintimidating or something. I'm just going to flatten out his arm here. But yeah, I really recommend just using a marker. Even when you're just doing regular drawings, I recommend you use a marker because it's less intimidating, at least I find, for other shit. Put this back down there. Okay, so we got a nice little fluid motion. You kind of see the back and forth. Boom, ba 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 boom. All right, hang on 1 second, which you guys won't have to wait. I'll just pause the video. So as you can see, we basically have the fluid motion that we're looking for, even when it's going so fast. 10 frames isn't a lot. I mean, yeah, you know what? Fuck me. Fuck ice cream pops. So 10 frames is actually a good amount for one little scene, for like a fighting scene and stuff. So, I mean, even if you wanted, you could even put a bad guy right here and just dodging punches and shit. But we're going to keep it as shadow boxing because I don't want it to go over 30 minutes. Or, you know what, if it goes over 30 minutes, whatever. But if we put one more person in there, we won't be able to get the line work in. Right there, we're going to go back and mess with the face. So we're going to make sure, what I need to do, some people don't need to do this. But what my issue is right now is with necks. A lot of the drawings that I do, they don't appear to have the neck kind of showing, so I need to work on that. It's something I've been needing to work on. But anyways, so right here I'm just putting the circle, you know, the circle and then the box, just showing what direction everything's going at. You put a circle, then you put the cross right there. Put a circle, you put the cross over here, just so you can see which angle the faces are going at and stuff. So that's what I'm doing right now, just to make it easier on myself whenever I'm sketching over all this. So you can use that special fancy dancy sketch tool that you wanted to use before when you're doing this, when you're doing the, when you're doing the actual just like cleanup sketch, I guess I'll call it. We're doing the actual cleanup sketch. That's when you want to fuck with that. And yes, I had sugar before, you know, I started this. So the cuss words are ablazing. Cover your ears, kids. But don't cover your ears, because then you won't hear what's happening. So let's see here. So I just got a nice little head shape there. The neck's probably going to pop out from right here. I've been working on some interesting techniques to try to do a neck, but, you know, None of them are sticking yet, but you know, I'm sure I feel like I'm getting there with necks. Getting closer. I'm just showing the head tilting to the side here. There we go. There you go. So I'm not really focusing on the blue part right here, mostly. I'm just trying to make sure how the neck would fit into this frame. So here, the head would be kind of over here. Now, I might do the hair. We'll see how much time we have left after I do the sketch. Might do the hair. Because you also, you know, everybody has hair, right? So, even a guy like me, yo. I cut my hair a lot. That's why I mentioned that. That's but while I'm doing this, since I've already explained that, how are you guys doing? Tell me in the comments. I know I haven't posted a video for like 4 days after that Let's Play. So, and I am gonna finish up that waifu series. Don't worry about that, guys. I'm just that's a make in progress here, or a slow broth, because that's taken a little bit of a while, because I have to draw those 3 girls. I have to do a video on me drawing the girls, and then I have to do a video on just a nice little funny skit video on which girl won. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be worth the wait, guys. So I might do a couple videos in between that, but I want to make that one just a little bit cool, you know, because it's kind of up to me to make the channel a little bit bigger. So I'm really happy with you guys subscribing. You guys that have subscribed already, really appreciate that. What's going on here? Oh, yeah, okay. Really appreciate you guys subscribing. I just gotta take it upon myself here to try to get some more subscribers, a little bit more views, and just make some cool content that isn't too hard to make, but also not something that's crap. So yeah, working on that. I think I got a couple good ideas. I think I'm on the right step here. Nice flow. So we're gonna keep going at it, see how it goes, and if that doesn't work, well, that was all for nothing. No, I'm playing. It'll be all right, guys. Just trust in your boy Phantom, and I'm gonna figure out a way to help get a kind of a bigger community on this channel. What I was thinking is maybe going on a shout-out search, because I think some people still do that YouTube shout-out shit. So I might be able to see someone's channel, them doing like some type of shout-out series, and I'll be like, oh shit, I need to be on that, and then yeah, maybe that'll end up working. If not, oh well. And the thing is, like, I want my subscribers to be coming for the content that I create. I do like to make funny stuff. I like to draw artistic stuff too. And I want kind of a fan base that's into both of those, or either comes for either one of them. Like, that works for me. Like, if you don't come from the art, okay, well, there'll be an entertaining video as well that week. Most of the time my channel's gonna be like either every other day or every day, an upload of some type of art thing. But every once in a while, maybe once a week, I'll make something that's not so much related to art, just something funny. This is where he's moving his head there, so here's his neck. And usually whenever they have that, oh yeah, so I haven't even pressed this up here yet, but I took the gist of his motion, the gist of what he was doing, and now I'm just kind of rolling with it. And I probably can only do that because, like what I said before, those practices where you go on Google, you find a nice little picture of something frozen in a spot, but at the same time you want to animate. Ooh, let's do that this way. you want to animate it, see what it would look like if it was moving. So I'm essentially doing that, but you know, I saw a couple of movements with him before I paused it and when I unpaused it here, so everything's kind of flowing together. And then I looked at it. And I was like, yep, that looks like shadow boxing. I did a little, you know, you saw it. Quick flash, quick play. So now I'm just drawing where the eyes and the nose would line up. And let's check our time. So it's 25. So what I'm going to do, actually, I'll probably make this into 2 parts. Oops. But knowing me, I'll probably make it one big video. So that's fun. Hopefully I'll make it into 2 parts. So what I do, I'm just going to move all these somewhere. So what I do is a 24 frame rate. That's the basic rate for any anime. Hold on. Okay, guys, right back at you. Alright, so I'm not moving this back any particular fashion. I have 10 frames. I need to make sure there's 10 sequences in between. 4 sequences in between. What the fuck was that? Oh, my alarm. So yeah, so what we're going to do, just so I show you, so each of these are a sequence. So 1 sequence, 2, 3, 4. We need 1, 2, 3, 4 empty spaces before we hit 2. So what I'm going to do is stretch this back out because, yeah. I'm going to move this all over so I have a little bit of room. And I'm just going to count 4 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th one, I'm putting 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. Just like that. So the more you move it back, the more wiggle room you have. But, you know, your boy's a little bit lazy here. But, I mean, it doesn't take that long for you to do it. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4. You can change the length of it and stuff at any point. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 6 needs to be where 8 was. 1, 2, 3. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 is at 8. So right there, I did not make enough. Now, you know what? I probably won't need 4 since it's kind of supposed to be a fast scene. So I remember I told myself that I need to do 2. It has to be 2 whenever I'm doing a fast scene like that. Otherwise, it doesn't flow. But I'm going to show you guys what it looks like with 4 since we've already done some of it here. But I'll show you exactly what I mean by flow here. It'll just be a good example. What the fuck? Your boy does not know his numbers. Okay. Let's put that back over here. And what you could do instead of poking around, you could just actually just make those scenes like 1, 2, 3, 4. So right here, this is supposed to be 8, right? So you can just do that instead. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's supposed to be 9, right? Shit. So you can just delete those. Throw them in the trash. Just on here, you can delete it on the timeline. Don't delete it on your actual file thing there. Where the fuck is that other one? What the fuck? Where are you at? There you are. Okay. Let's zoom in. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna put 10. And I'll show you a fancy little technique here in a second on how you can save a little bit of time for max fluidity. Let's see here. So here, and I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like. So you can kind of see it here. Now you see what I mean about it being too slow now? So you basically, you have the movement that you're looking for, but it's too slow. So whenever you're using 4 frames in between, you're doing 24 frame rate per second, you want to do 2 frames in between. So let me pause and zoom back in. And we're just going to move this 2 frames, which might work out for us in the end, because we have to do, I wanted to show you that fluidity technique here in a little bit. 2, 8, 9, 10, 10. So I'll show you this real quick, and you'll find it noticeably more flowy. See? And if you want that to go any faster, then you just do 1 frame in there. 1 in between frame in there, and that's it. But now you can noticeably see a way better flow. You know what I might do? I might do the sketching and the line work in a speed video. I don't know what the fuck. I always talk that shit, but I may not do it. I may just put this all in one video for you guys. I just don't want to make it too long, because then nobody will watch it. Here, let's zoom in. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now what I want you to notice, son of a bitch. Now we're going to look at this again. What I want you to notice, do you see him at the end of the frame? He jumps back to 10, which is unrealistic, right? You don't just jump back to 10 whenever you're doing a punch, because then it completely looks like a GIF. Like, oh, nice GIF, bro. Like, if you want to make it a fluid animation motion, hold on, wait 1 second, guys. If you want to make it a fluid animation motion, you have to make it jump back into the pose that it was going before. Excuse me, so 1 moment. Okay, guys, right back in it. So, like I was saying, you want to make it something fluid, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to space that back out over here, and I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. So we're at 10, right? Right at 10, it would skip all the way back to 1. So watch this. At 10, the scene would end, and it would skip to 1. It's like, what the fuck? How'd he get all the way back over there? So what you have to do is basically go right back into the 2 on the animation. So right here, I'm gonna put a son of a bitch. I'm gonna put a, that's exactly what I'm gonna put, a son of a bitch. I'm gonna put 5, 4, 3, and then I'm gonna put 2 right here. Now watch, guys. Watch how much more fluid this is. See that? See that shit? Look at that. Way more fluent. It doesn't look like it skips any type of like pose. It does look like he stops for a second, he jumps down, he stops, but it's literally still moving. It's all still in motion. So you can see basically his arm round up, round back over, get a little punch in. So yeah, I mean, just use techniques like that, guys, and it will look completely fluid. And what did we do that in? We did a sketch of basically the whole thing in 34 minutes while I was talking, so you could probably cut that down into like 23-ish minutes if you were doing it by yourself. And scenes like that are rare in an anime. Not rare, actually they happen a lot in anime, but you just did a nice little scene that could go for about maybe 10 seconds of, you know, 10 seconds, 10 seconds in one little anime scene and stuff. You probably did that for the 23, like animes are usually 23 minutes. So you already got 10 seconds booted out in, you know, a 23-minute sketch. And if you're doing these back to back to back to back, just like you do a sketch here, and I recommend doing another anime folder for each scene leading up to it, so you can just kind of space them out, because it's kind of limitless how much scenes you can have here. So yeah, I just recommend you guys try that out. Try out the shadow boxing thing and see how fluid you can make it, because that is awesome. Shit, there was another video I did, but I didn't. Did I render it? I think I did. I think I put it on my other channel though. But yeah, guys, look, there you go. You got a nice fluid motion. So I think what I'll do is animate this here. I think I'll do. I think I'll make. Fuck. I'll probably make another. I'll make another video on just how you can sketch it out and stuff, because this went on too long. Like, I'm hoping our new viewers are still here with us, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video and leave a comment on anything you like on here. And especially if you guys leave likes on this video, if you want me to hurry up and continue the sketch and the line work, if you want versions of both of those, then definitely leave a like, leave a comment that you would like that, and I'll get on it as soon as possible. Because I do want to try to get some more subscribers and get some more likes, and just have people submit maybe ideas of what they want to see animated and how they can do so. So for now, I'm going to cut the video. But thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate it. And we'll finish this up later tonight. But take care, guys. Phantom Works out.